having trouble finding it?
No, I have it.
Okay.
Whoa. It's tiger eye, I think. The colors are all right.
Yeah. That's pretty. I like that it's a different shape too.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably get Joshua one of these next year. I didn't realize his would have so many fossils in it. He's more interested in the rocks than the fossils.
Yeah, these ones are fun.
I mean, it would be nice if National Geographic did one that was all gems. Or if we knew what each day was. What?
It's a phase. 2 phases. Like a mama and a baby.
Oh god, my shoulder. Oh, so cute.
Except the part where they're blasting you with a fireball.
I mean, maybe they're not. Maybe they're just cooking their dinner. There's nobody there.
Perhaps.
Maybe the parent is teaching the child how to produce fireballs.
Perhaps. In a game that aren't really child blazes.
Really? There's babies of pretty much everything.
There aren't.
Surprised at that.
There's only child zombies. There aren't child skeletons. There aren't child witches. There aren't child creepers. There aren't child blazes. There aren't child wither skeletons. There aren't child. There's technically
Well, the
child
wither
magma
skeletons
blocks,
make
but that's
sense.
just 'cause they break up.
Since you have to create a wither.
No, a wither's from killing wither skeletons.
I thought you had to summon a wither.
There's a wither by itself, and then there's wither skeletons, which are just black, tall skeletons.
Got it.
There's no baby ender dragon.
Well, sure. There can be only one. Like Highlander. She's getting upset.
There's really no baby
I can
monsters
hear her
except,
snorking out there.
like zombies, husks, and drowned because they're all undead. Oh wait, no, not drowned. Drowned don't have babies.
Because they're just villagers that have been corrupted, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could make a baby drowned if you made one out of a baby villager. Pretty messed up, though. So there's probably not going to be a lot of content today because I am not feeling well. I think it's just a cold. Because the Sudafed really seems to be helping and I don't have a cough or anything. But this is my sweater so far. I'm trying to decide how many rows to do of each color. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I was trying to look at other people's to see if other people had done this sweater with advents and how many rows they did. I'm feeling like maybe 10, but then that feels like that might be a lot. Maybe 8 rows. And then I'll have to do some math. Because usually the body of the sweater I do is about 16 inches before I start the bottom ribbing. So if I do each one for an inch, which I'm probably already at right now, that feels like that's going to be the right amount to use all of them. But
did you know that this creepy
I
little
don't know.
glows in the dark?
I did not know that. That's cool. Is that your Kinder Egg or Joshua's Kinder Egg? Cool. It's like the headless horseman's horse.
It has a very thin head, kind of like a seahorse. It's got little thingies, like little strings.
I can't see anything. All I see is your hand. I'm trying not to go down because I don't want to show the pattern. Oh, okay. That wasn't what I was expecting. It's like an aquatic horse. Interesting. I don't know.
Well, the stripes glow in the dark.
Sweet. Oh my goodness. Alright.
I've been charging it so it'll glow brighter.
Cool.
First time it kind of glowed, but you could barely tell.
Hey guys. So I am a little better. I went back to bed for like 3 hours. Got up at 3:30 and at like 7 I went to bed. So I got up at like 10:15 again. So I'm gonna open my Advents and just sit and knit for a little while. Ooh, that one's pretty. Oh, it's gonna blow out the color. There we go. So today is Chwinga. Very nice. Okay. And Lavender Loon. I feel like I'm supposed to open a skein from Gabby too today. Or yesterday I was supposed to do it. Okay, so this one is called Moonlust. Day 13. Whew. Very nice. Okay. Just the time I chose to open is like super bright. Let's check and see if I was supposed to open a skein from Gabby. I think I kept the card in here. Maybe not. I don't know where I put the card. Oh God. Yep. It was today. Okay. December 13th is an opening day. Sweet. Never going to be able to get that closed again. This is the professional photography you've come to expect here during the This Old Knit Vlogmas. Okay, so I think that's my third skein from Gabby. So let's see. That one's 5. Here's 3. This might be all you're going to get today, too, because I have no energy. I do have a video I recorded weeks ago, like the last couple days in November, to try to come up with some pre-Vlogmas content, and it is me watering all my plants, which takes a long time, but I love them. So you might see that today. This is Curiosum. It's really pretty. This makes it less visible for you, but more visible for me. It's got some really nice pinks and greens in it. Oh, that's good. A little bit of blue. It's a nice deep color. It's nice. Very nice. Okay. So that's that. Oy, I shouldn't have closed that box. Now I don't have it to put that in. Credola. I'll just put it back in its wrapping. I just don't want to leave a skein out Ada doesn't normally bother my yarn, but every once in a while she gets it into her head that she wants to corn it, or she just nibbles at it like she's cleaning it. And she has destroyed a mohair skein that way, so I don't know if that was a one-off or what. Did I not open day 7? Good grief. I didn't open day 7. It's randomly sitting there. Okay. And it's a manatee. Tonal. That's pretty. Okay, I don't know why I didn't do that. And the 13th. Oh, this will be plenty for me to do it. I'm never going to get that out. With one hand. This must be a cozy knitter. Maybe not. I don't know. Because she gave me like all of her extras. Usually if she has like a contrast heel and toe, she gives me extra. Oh no, it's nib picks. Okay, this is Rugby Player. Again, another Felici I didn't buy. There was a whole 2 sets of Felici I didn't order. I just had so much Felici and I didn't feel right ordering more, but now I've started using it again to make socks for the kids, so I don't know. It's also really cheap and it makes nice socks. They do last for quite a long time. Okay, day 13, and here is a little pastel-y colors. And our tea of the day, which I am definitely going to drink today. Ooh, my throat feels awful. Just awful. And it's just from all of the drainage. I don't have any cough at all. It's just all my nose. It's the worst. Okay, so this is a calming chamomile tea. Perfect. All right. I don't need to check that one. That's not going to have lavender in it. That would be weird. You know what? I better do it. Because what if it has it? No, it's just chamomile. Okay, we're good. All right. I look very tired right now. Ada came upstairs and fell asleep with me. She was asleep on the floor next to me the whole time I took my nap. And then when I came down, she also came down, and now she's laying on the couch in the other room. Oh, right. I forgot I was keeping this little bag with all the minis so they don't get everywhere. Okay, so I made some coffee now, so I'm going to drink some coffee. I'm reading a really good book called A Soul to Keep by Opal Rain. I finished A Sea of Roses by her, which was like a pirate romance story. It's supposed to be a duology. And at the end of Sea of Roses, she said that she did publish the second book, but her editor did a really crappy job. And so she is taking it to be re-edited. But Kindle Unlimited like punishes authors for pulling down stuff they've published. So she's leaving it up, but she basically says, like, if you want to read it as it should be, you need to wait. And it's not going to be till January of 2024, which sucks. It's a really good story. So I want to know how it ends. And it absolutely ends on a cliffhanger. So if you're not ready for that, don't read it yet. But this one, A Soul to Keep, is like a monster romance, I guess. So essentially there are demons and monsters and stuff in the world of humans. They just showed up one day, like, hundreds of years before. Humans don't really know why, but they eat humans. So humans had just started to do like electricity and building more advanced houses, etc. And basically monsters came along, and so they can't like mine or anything for resources, so they are stuck in kind of agricultural level society. And so there are all of these demons. There's this one woman, the main character, Rhea, who her family was one of the families that lived on the outskirts. So there's like families that live in towns, cities, and then there's like families that have decided they're going to live out in the wilderness alone. And they pay for like protection spells and stuff because some humans do have magic. And so those humans come around and like do protection spells and things for cities, and also for these humans that decide to live on their own. So her family was one of the families that lived kind of out in the forest. And I think when she was like 8 or 9, her family was attacked and they were all like murdered and eaten, except for her. She stayed alive because she wasn't afraid. So like demons can smell fear, and that's what makes them come and want to eat humans. And for whatever reason, she hasn't ever been scared of monsters. She was angry, but she wasn't afraid. She was just enraged that these demons were killing her family. So anyway, she survives. The humans think she survives because she's cursed, and they basically blame her and say that she called the demons down on her family and she's the reason they're all dead. So they do bring her into their town, but they build like a separate house for her, and they shun her, and they tell her she can't speak and she can't interact with anyone, but they do feed her and stuff because they're afraid that if they kill her, that her demon mojo will kill them all. It's total nonsense. So she survives, like she lives into adulthood, and she's in her 20s now. And apparently every 10 years there's this kind of monster that isn't a demon. So the demons can only come out at night. But there's this other kind of creature called a duskwalker. So they basically call them that because they can walk around at night or in the day. And the duskwalker comes every 10 years to a town, any of several towns, and chooses a human companion. And in exchange, he casts a warding spell that protects the town. But he says that like the person that is offered has to be willing to come with him, and they're never going to come back. So the townspeople basically don't want to give up anyone. So they say to Rhea, you have to go with the Duskwalker or we'll put you in this pit prison for the rest of your life. And so of course she's willing because she doesn't want to be in a hole for the rest of her life, which probably won't be very long at that point. So she goes with him. And she figures out he's actually not a bad dude. Other than that, he sometimes goes into these blood rages and wants to eat her. But he doesn't actually want to eat her. He really wants to not eat her, but he can't control himself. So anyway, like, she spends time with him and realizes he's a very sweet monster and just wants a friend because he's lonely. He's been alone for a really long time. And sometimes he's accidentally eaten his humans that he's taken, and sometimes they've escaped him or tried to escape him, and then he's gone into a blood frenzy and eaten them, or they've been eaten by other demons before he gets them there. So anyway, yeah, I don't want to ruin too much of the book for you if you want to read it, but it's really good. So I'm to the part where she's been taken and he's going to try to get her back. And it's very dramatic. So I want to know what happens. But it's a long book. These are both long books. So I haven't been reading as many books per day because Opal Rain tends to write longer books. So hers are like almost 500 pages a piece. But very good, like very intricate. I like the worlds that she builds, like the world that she built for the pirates was really cool. Yeah, that's a good book. And this one is also really cool, like all the stuff she tells about like the lore and the magic. And there's a witch owl that she's seen a few times, and the witch owl has helped the Duskwalker, but he doesn't really understand why. Like, she gave him a crown to give to his human companions that would protect them from demons. He just found it on his table one of the times he left with a note. So he gave that to her, and she's shown up and like guided Rhea for a couple of things. And the Duskwalkers don't know where they came from. They don't know what their origin story is. But basically, as they consume humans, they become more human and more intelligent. So they don't have memories before that of where they came from. I suspect the witch owl created them. But we'll see if I'm right or not. And she's kind of like an owl-human hybrid. We don't really know her story, but she has very powerful magic. And there's also a demon king. So, yeah, it's good stuff. So I'm going to read that some more. I'm going to knit some more on my sweater. The pattern is My Favorite Adventure by Dragon Horde Yarns. Dragon Horde Designs. Whatever. Yeah, so I'm going to work on that a little bit more. Drink my coffee, blow my nose a bunch, and just try to rest for today. My plans have been blown up for pajamas because I do not feel like crawling around on the floor to cut fabric. Not there. But hopefully I'll be better tomorrow. I'm supposed to have coffee with Gabby on Friday, so I need to be better by Friday. I'll take a COVID test tomorrow too, even though this should not be COVID. It's like just all right here, and it's not that bad. Like, Sudafed helps a lot. And there's no coughing or any other symptom. So, but in the interest of being a safe, kind person, I will still do a COVID test because it costs me nothing to do one. So, all right. I'll talk to you guys maybe later.
Bye.